Hey fiber friends, I'm Emily and I'm the botanical knitter, and this is a fun little mini episode all about the Minnesota 2024 Yarn Shop Hop.
What are we doing?
It's Yarn Shop Hop Day.
Yay!
Thinking of it all just does it for me. This is my third year participating in the Minnesota Yarn Shop Hop. The first year, a bunch of the knitting pals went. We did all 11, 12 shops. It was insane. Last year, we did maybe half of them over 2 days. And this year, we did just a handful. Today's Saturday, the shop hop starts Thursday, goes through Sunday. So today we did, let's see, the Yarnery. We started at the Yarnery at 10 a.m. Then we went to Harriet and Alice, Dandelion Fiber Co, which is not a yarn shop hop store because apparently they're too new, but we wanted to stop there anyways. Then we had lunch and then we ended our day at Knit and Bolt. So I'm gonna show you the yarn that I picked up. I have some vlog footage, and then tomorrow, Sunday, I'll check back in because I'll be going down to Muse 2320, which is an adorable yarn shop that Sara the yarn dyer does some beautiful stuff, and she has other yarns there and fiber. And then we'll be doing a brew and knit with you at Spiral Brewing in Hastings, which is just a couple doors down from Sara's yarn shop. So Sunday will be a fun day too. I wasn't really shopping for anything in particular, really just wanting to do a couple of shops, spend time with friends, have a good time, chit chat, knit, you know, the usual knitting vibe thing, which was that. But then I also ended up buying yarn. So we went to the Yarnery, which is in St. Paul. We all met there at 10. I drove a couple of folks who met at my house and we drove over from Minneapolis to St. Paul. I didn't buy anything just because nothing really struck my fancy. There was some Holst Garn yarn that I was playing around with and I was like, oh, this would be fun for a Hello for My Colors by Jessie Maed designs. But I decided I didn't love them enough to buy them. And nothing else jumped out, though their Yarn Shop Hop colorway kit was very beautiful, like their exclusive colorway, and the kit was pretty. All of the themes this year, the theme this year was fairy tales, so people picked different stories, characters, things like that. So I didn't buy anything from the Yarnery, and from the Yarnery we walked down the street to a coffee shop. I got the most delicious cinnamon roll I've had in a long time. Like when you put the wax paper on top of it, like the butter started melting up through the wax paper. So that's how you know it was a real treat. after coffee, we went to Harriet and Alice, which is in Edina, and that's a yarn shop that I frequent. Again, nothing in particular. I loved their yarn from Lavender Loon, but I didn't end up buying a sock set. That was their exclusive for the shop hop, but my friend Bree was wearing a shift cowl by Andrea Maury, and our friend Casey had knit it for her as like a thank you present for something, and I kept staring at Bree's cowl, the shift cowl, the whole time. I was like, I need that, I need that, I need that. So then I asked what colors Casey had knit Bree's in, and she told me, and I bought it. So this is destined to be an Andrea Maury shift. The spin cycle is Leaf, Space Oddity, and Mississippi Marsala, which is like, I would have never picked this one out, but it really is the color that shines the most because it really warms it up. Spin cycle is doing the cow something cowl right now. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I think this might be what I do because I think it'll be a pretty quick knit, and I've been like very eager to knit some sort of shift again, night shift, whatever. So here's this. So that was my first purchase. Then we went to Dandelion Fiber Co, who wasn't participating in the shop hop because apparently they're not allowed to because they're too new, which is silly to me, but I guess a lot of other folks were going to the shop, which is important because like, isn't the whole point about supporting the local knitting community and doing that thing? Oh no. Of course, I spent too much money at Dandelion because that's the new story of my life. I ended up buying 2 more skeins of this, and this will look familiar because this, oh, I haven't filmed. If you follow me on Instagram, this will look familiar. My next full episode, I'll talk all about this, but I have 4 skeins of this now. This is Poppy from Knitting for Olive, and then I got these colors. Let's see, this one is Dusty Sea Green, Marzipan, Ochre Brown, and Dark Moose. Do you know what I'm going to say I'm going to do? I'm going to do a hello from my colors with these colors. So these will be the 4 contrast colors, and this will be my main color. Let's see if I can. I think it's going to be moody and fun and weird all at once, and I'm really excited for it. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. You'll see it here. So I'm trying to decide which color is which, kind of how I want the colors to play around together. I think I'm going to cast this on right now. Like, I'm that excited for it. I'm waiting for another test knit pattern to be emailed to me. So while I wait, why not cast on something new? So I think this is going to be fun. I also got a crochet hook. I got the Clover Amour. I asked for recommendations on crochet hooks, and most people recommended that. And somebody said the most expensive knitting needles are the best ones and the least expensive crochet hooks are the best ones, which I think is so funny. So anyways, I bought a crochet hook. I'll report back and let you know. And then I got this amazing crossbody belt bag fanny pack. It's green, it's checked, it has lime green moments, it's canvas. I mean, like, what else do I need? It has this adorable fabric inside, and look how much I can fit. I have that crafty little Fox Notions bag. I have my portable Notions tin thing, a 50-gram yarn and a 20-gram yarn, because of course I had to cast on a project for the shop hop, some tufts, the goat, if you know, you know, the best lip gloss ever, scissors, I'm just throwing my stuff around, a tampon, and that's it. Like, there's more room, so that's great. Anyways, the brand is Rose and April. Dandelion Fiber Co carries them. They also have box bags that would be so cute for a project bag, like little pouches. Big fan. And it was $55, I think, which feels really reasonable. I last night, so Friday night before the shop hop, was stressing out about what I wanted to knit. Like, I need to cast on something. It has to be vanilla knitting. Thinking I would get so much knitting in. Like, I was gonna look for a bottom-up pattern, so it was just knitting in the round and stockinette. This is how much knitting I got done. I decided to do a shorty sock, All the Frills shorty sock by Summerlee, using this yarn from Lavender Loon from their sock subscription last year. It is Coconuts is the colorway, and this is the contrast color. So I'm going to do the full foot, heel, cuff, heel, foot, and then I'll do the toes in this color. It's just a 50 gram, but it should work out just fine. So yeah, so glad I cast on to knit so much. Anyways, I'm gonna go knit. I have some footage from today that I'll put in there, and then I will check in with you tomorrow to share any acquisitions from Muse, and then to have some footage from Brew and Knit with you. I hope you're having a fun weekend. I'll talk to you later. Before I go, I want to show you what I'm wearing. I am wearing, look how pretty it is, the Skyline Tee from Tori Knits NYC. The last time I filmed, I talked about starting this test knit. I was going to use some ZZ Textiles yarn, and then I had a squirrel moment, and instead I ended up using Shroot Farms from the Office Collection by Treehouse Knits. It is amazing. It is top down, flat and in the round, with a saddle construction, and the ribbing just flows all the way down. It's so pretty. And then mine's a little cropped. I knit mine an inch longer than what the pattern calls for and then bound off. I very much am like loving it, planning a second one. More details will come on my full podcast episode, or you can go to my Instagram, The Botanical Knitter, but I couldn't film and not talk about my new beautiful finished object that just was published today. Okay, now I am leaving. Goodbye. Yarn shop hop day 2, Sunday, and it's Brew and Knit with you. I'm just trying to decide what earrings I want to wear. My mushrooms that I haven't worn in public yet, or my daisies. And I'm wearing like a whole green thing, so maybe I'll keep the green train growing. All right, I just got to Hastings. I'm gonna go check out Muse 2320 and hang out with some friends at Brew and Knit with you. I stopped at Dandelion Fiber Co. and I returned some of the yarn I picked up yesterday and swapped out for different colors because the poppy orange was turning definitely more of Christmas with the colors I picked. So I'll rip out what I did yesterday and start fresh. Hey everyone, just got home from Brew and Knit with you and visiting Muse 2320. It's Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, I have a little bit of Sunday scaries, but it's fine because I'm gonna show you the yarn I have. I'm going to retract on what I told you yesterday, and then I'm gonna sit on the couch and knit and drink a beverage to prepare for the work week. All right, first things first, new yarn today. So I ended up buying 4 skeins. I didn't even think. I just grabbed it and bought it, and I have no regrets. From Sara at Muse 2320. Look at this DK. Greens, bronzes, speckles. It's me in a yarn. The colorway name is Northern Sky, and it's a special. Sara was saying it's really just a couple in a dye pan and they're done. So I got 4. I think this would be a beautiful love note. So I am planning this to be love note number 5 as part of Professor Pearl's Love Note Love 2024 fall edition. So Nicole, you better do it again because I already have my yarn picked out. Okay. Then I also did get the Yarn Shop Hop exclusive from Muse. Sara picked Red Riding Hood, and the pattern is a hood, which I have been wanting to knit a hood for a while. I think it would be so fun for skiing, for dog walks, all of the things. and then I saw her pattern and I saw this yarn. So the pattern is, I believe it's held double. It's Surrey and Slub. And I mean, the colors are just me, so I had to. Teresa at Get Bentz picked this up for me on Thursday, the first day of the shop hop, because by the time I got there today, it was pre-order only. So I felt lucky to snag this. Thank you, Teresa. One of my friends came in when I was at the brewery already for the Brew and Knit with You, and she came in, she's like, oh, did you see the yarn? There's yarn there that would be perfect for you. And I was like pulling it out. She's like, yeah, that's what I picked for you. So this is what I got. And then I did stop at Dandelion Fiber Co. on my way down to Hastings, where we did our Brew and Knit with You meetup today, and changed some of the yarns I got yesterday. So yesterday I showed you all of that knitting for olive merino, so beautiful. Talked about wanting to do a hello for my colors, and I got through the first 3 sections of the yoke. So I probably got to here last night. I was cruising on it, loved it, missed color work. And the blood orange colorway, that really fun orangey red with the colors I picked out, made this yarn to me skew more red, and it became too Christmassy, too wintry. So I went to Dandelion and I asked for some color assistance, and I'm switching vibes a little bit. So this, I originally purchased 1 skein of this as a contrast color. This is now my new main color. So I'm going to do this beautiful sagey green, which is dusty sea green. Still gonna keep the dark ochre. Still going to do, I can't remember what this color was. Still going to do, it's like the never-ending bag. If this doesn't tell you how wonderful Jessica's bags are from that Crafty Little Fox, nothing will, because look how many skeins of yarn are in this. This darker purpley, dark moose, I think this was. I only remember it because that color name was hilarious. And then I picked up this purple, which is unicorn purple. We know I'm on a unicorn moment. So these are my colors with that dark purple blue. So a little moodier, still fun, but I'm really excited. I did this much knitting at Brew and Knit with You because I was like, I shouldn't be working on color work right now. It's not a good idea. I also cast on another project this morning. I got some yummy, delicious yarn from Teresa at Get Bentz. Do you see this? It is BFL and merino with sari silk in it. Worsted weight, so I'm knitting myself and Teresa a Felix cardigan out of it. Teresa, depending on, like, I'm gonna knit it, look at what the gauge looks like, see how it looks knit up, but she'll do a special release for this yarn. So stay tuned. I'll make sure you know. We can have all of the matching Felix cardigan unicorn sweaters. The colorway name is funny, but I don't know if Teresa wants me to share it. But anyways, all right, I'm gonna go knit. I'm gonna sit on the couch and watch trash TV and get ready for this next week. And I promise I will film a new episode soon, one of these days. So I'll check in with you next time. See ya. Like yesterday, I am realizing I didn't tell you what I'm wearing because I'm scatterbrained. When I don't write down notes, I'm a mess. So this is the Kaisa Tee, K-A-I-S-A-T, by This.Bird.Knits in Fresh Balsam from Explorer Knits. Pretty lace, super cropped. So I'm wearing it under these canvasy linen overalls. I usually wear it with a high-waisted skirt because it is pretty short. I've thought about cutting or ripping out the ribbing and adding another inch or two because I have more of this yarn, but I think it's nice to have some super cropped items in my closet that I can easily pair with overalls with a skirt, and then I get a little airflow. So anyways, I would knit this again. Would recommend. Good morning. I'm finishing editing and will eventually upload my yarn shop hop video, which means you're watching it right now. But I thought I should show you the one thing that happened on Saturday that I can't remember that I talked about. I don't think I did, which is we're at lunch and my husband calls me and he's like, it's just a superficial wound. That's the first thing he says. So Saturday, my father-in-law and husband we're doing our upstairs renos. If you watched Vlogmas, you know that we're putting in a second bathroom, or we were getting beds to put in a second bathroom. Well, it's happening. The plumber came for the first time yesterday. So on Saturday, to get ready, they had to rip up the floors. And my husband, Clark W. Griswold, did it. He fell through the rafters, his foot did, and created a little hole in the hallway ceiling. He's fine, superficial, but the board that he stepped on, that was the bridge between the beams, is not. It broke, and then Chris went. So to give him credit, he did what he was supposed to do. So I'll show you that little skylight that I now have in my hallway. There it is. So we put a board over it because the plumbers are up there right now. The father-in-law is gonna patch it today, I think. But you know, I think it really adds a lot of character to the house. I love it.